Hello, beautiful people and fellow winers, and welcome to another episode of A Little Something, the number 2. Wine About with your hostesses, with the toastesses, Siobhan Camille. Hey.
And Ty Michelle.
Okay, where sips get real.
I'm sorry, y'all.
And we wine while we whine about life, relationships, culture, and so much more. If you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, just come on over to YouTube. If you're on YouTube, hit like, share, subscribe, do all that. Just get that out the way. It is Third here Wednesday, and we are therefore whining with the guys. And we're going to talk today about preparing for fatherhood, because both of the guys on here are fathers. Yeah. So we're going to talk about preparing for fatherhood and all of the goodness and jazz that comes with that. So grab a glass of your favorite red wine. Yes, red wine, red, whites, rosé, Pinot de Agua, and so much more. Or get a flask, because Trey out here popping flasks. And join us on the couch. If you are, listening and driving, because one of our guys in the car, don't drink and drive. Be responsible. He's being responsible today, yo. So he got water.
I mean, I got water too. I'm being responsible. I'm just.
I got carbohydrates, sugar, and electrolytes.
I got wine.
And wine. I got that too. Hey y'all, hey. So before we let our guests introduce themselves, I hope y'all know y'all have a productive week. Y'all gonna have to excuse me. Like I said, I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning, and I look like it. So this month we are featuring wines from France. El Francais. I don't think I said that right, but it's there now. So while we jump into the next segment of our show, where we talk about our popping grapes experience, go, sissy.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna let the guys introduce themselves before I do my wine. I feel like we should just let y'all, let's get that out the way, fellas.
All right.
Go, guess.
All right, it's your boy Trey Proper from Blurs and Whiskey. I was formerly known as a 3-show phenom, but now it's down to 1. I'd have left the other 2 shows alone. I gotta focus on the main thing right now, so that's where I'm at right now, representing Blurs Whiskey. You can also get some merch like I'm wearing here, and Blurs Whiskey Shop on Etsy, and come holler at us, help us grow so we can do more.
I have so many questions, but we will talk about that after, because I have questions really about one, not the other. The other one, whatever. But one of them,
still going. They doing good. They doing good. They doing good.
All right. Well, I'm Arion Mims. This is like my 4th or 5th time on this show.
They not guests no more. I told y'all 3 times.
Y'all family.
I'm home. I got my little apparel too, Revamp Fitness. Come get your workout on with your boy. And doing big things. What's going on? Let's get to it.
Okay, so now I'll talk about my wine.
Sure.
So for our Vin de France this month.
What you say?
Vin de France. Vin de France.
Bless you.
Of France. Don't get educated. Come on now. Hey, there, y'all. I have La Vielle Ferme. I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know if this is a grape or not. I'm assuming it is. It's their 2021. I can't read this because it's in this like cursive in addition to being in French. So I have none. I do have something on the back and it is in English. So we will read that later. But it's I don't really know what this is. It's like a pinkish, like a blush color.
It's probably a rosé.
But it's not, it doesn't look like
They don't say it on the back in English.
No, in English, no. It just says pale pink in color. But you can be but it doesn't have to be that, because like we both know white Zinfandel is pink, and it's
white Zinfandel was an accident, so that's a whole other story.
I mean, and that's true, but I'm just saying I'm not gonna assume that about France because it's France. So I don't know, but we got it.
That's why I said I feel like it's a rosé. Okay. So I got
Oh boy.
and please no, Sharon did tell me how to say this before we started recording. That don't mean I recall.
I tried.
Macon
My home.
Villages.
My own villages.
Sound like an apartment complex in Landover. Okay.
Right.
Villages.
It's like a hotel chain by Hilton.
Right.
On Villages.
Like
Probably saying this wrong. And I'm tired and I don't remember what she said, but it say Mac on Village.
that one.
Home?
On.
It's either Macon or Macon, but I don't really remember what.
I said Mac on.
You have to
You
talk
know,
like your
French,
nose
you
is
gotta-
pinched.
you
That's
gotta
how you have to
spit.
talk.
You gotta spit in the throat. Like all of that.
Oh, boy.
But
This is why the French don't really listen to us. Yes.
Right.
That's not.
they should so that they can correct us. I'm all for being corrected. I really do want to learn French when I'm not tired. But so for y'all who don't know, this is a Chardonnay because I wanted a French Chardonnay, and this was the only one that my store had. Everything else was a Bordeaux or it was a Bordeaux, a Sauvignon, a Cabernet Sauvignon, or a Merlot. I was like,
Oh,
I don't necessarily want that. I want something white. I do know that France is most famous for their reds, which is why I wanted to try their whites. So that was my logic behind it. So yeah, it is white and
So descriptive.
I know, right?
Open the damn bottle, man. Let's see what it
I'm
tastes
not
like.
opening it. So for those who don't know,
Oh.
I have started my health thing again. Everything hurts. Everything hurts.
Good.
And I drink my gallon of water, so I'm allotting myself some electrolytes. But so the only time I'm drinking wine is at the wine house. So you will get my honest opinion when we do the whole variety for the month. But I am bougie, so I still have my wine glass, so don't come for me.
okay. So fellas, let's just jump right on in here. Finally, preparing for fatherhood. Both of y'all have children. You know.
Real life is happening. Go. Yeah, that's wrong. The husband,
Nephew? Oh,
the son.
and the nephew. I was like, I saw a nephew somewhere. So we parents clearly, and
Real life.
and so do y'all. So here's my question. Now, I know that this may vary because of where you were then and where you are now. And I'm looking more to Mr. A. Mims about this one because he's got a baby under 1 year at the house now.
Congratulations.
And a teenager. So, big gambit.
Oh, damn.
But,
You did it all over again? I thought that was your first one.
Hey,
I
I wasn't planning on starting over, but that's how it happened.
So my question is, just in general, how did you take the news of the I'm pregnant?
Tracy. Okay.
You can tell us how old you were at the time. God, he done cracked the scissors. You can tell us how old you were at the time because I know age and relationship with that person can impact some things. So when it was stated to you, I'm with child.
Okay. The first time, and I can actually speak about this. Like I said, I got my son in the car too, and I already spoke to him about the whole scenario of all this, and he knows, like, for the most part, what the situation was now that he's older. But with him, it was like, oh, okay, that's a luck in life. Figure that out, and it's only because of prior situations that led up to that point, and that's why my response was my response. But like I said, that's a whole nother story. But there was more to that, and that's why my response was my response. Now for the baby now, it was just like, all right, cool. So I remember I found out on Christmas Eve.
Oh.
And I just got over being out. I had like a real bad sickness. And I was like, hey, go ahead, get me some envelopes. Because I had this whole plan. I was like, this whole financial plan. I was like, give me some envelopes. I'm gonna set this whole thing up. And she walks back into my office with the envelope, but there's something in it. Of course, it's a pregnancy test. And I look at it, I'm like, oh, well, go get another envelope because now I got to start planning for this one now too. So, and so like I'm bugging out. All right, what I gotta do? I gotta get this. I gotta get this. So it's either you're going to go into instant father mode or you're not. And even still with my son, it was still instant father mode. It's just I didn't like the situation, and still I made things work, and I was still there and being present. Because it be at my conscience, it's like, yo, you can't have a child out here and not be part of his or her life. And so you step up, and that's the type of I had those type of father figures. I had my stepdad, and I had my uncles, I had my grandfathers, and they're all great fathers. And so it's just like, okay, well, they never abandoned me, or nor they abandoned their other kids or anything like that. So who am I to do the same thing? And it's like, yes, I might not care for the person, but feelings aside, I have a young man to raise now, and that's what I'm going to do. And so that was my response. Like I said, two different ends of the spectrum, but at the end of the day, love both these kids to death. I'll do anything for
Amen. I have one son. He's 15. I have 3 bonus children, but so I wasn't there when they was conceived. But for my son, I was about 22, I think 20. I was 21, so I was still a kid in my mindset.
I'm about to say, Trey, I feel like we around the same age.
Yeah. I'm trying. Math is not my strong suit. Y'all should know that by now. All right? It is what it is. But I know his birthday, and I'm good. But when I found out, I was in a relationship with my son's mother, and to be blatantly honest, I was in my whole phase. Like, we was together, but we wasn't together. But it was like, oh, you're throwing up for the 3rd time today. Let's go to the CVS. And of course we went, and I asked that infamous question, so what you want to do about it? And she said she wanted to keep it. We were officially in a relationship at that point. Like, okay, this is how we're going to go. I was never of the mindset of not being there or not being accountable for my actions. I knew what I did. I shot up the club. I was there. So it's a chance we're taking. All right, my dumb ass at 21 was like, all right, cool. I could be a dad. I could be a father. I could step up to the plate with my broke ass. So that's what I attempted to do. But yeah, that was my reaction. It was just like, okay, giving her the choice, like, hey, I don't know how you won't feel about this, but I watch enough news to know that it's your body, your choice. What you want to do? All right, you want to do that? Cool. Let's move forward from there. Now, everything
I don't watch enough news. We was in our 20s. We watching no damn news.
I watched enough to know not to say, you gonna get rid of that baby right now.
We watching no what is it? Girls Club, because Love and Hip Hop wasn't out there.
I ain't watching it. I watched, what was that? Flavor of Love? I watched.
Oh Lord, Flavor of Love.
What was that? No, what is it? What's this one? Them.
Jerry.
Jersey Shore?
Ringer?
No, Jersey Shore, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I ain't watched that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was just like, all right, cool, let's go for it.
Rules, all that. What was it? That stuff.
Yeah. Real Rules was when we was kids. We was in high school when that was coming out. Right?
Yeah. We was in high school, college. It was still out when we was in college.
Okay.
It was fading out, but okay.
We weren't really watching it like that then. That's why I had to come out with Bad Girls Club. Because he tried to get everybody back. And then that evolved into all the nonsense we have now.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Thanks, VH1.
Yeah.
So y'all were responsible adults, is what y'all are saying.
Yeah.
I mean, Cody, you got there, but I knew what happened when I was there.
Yeah, you were there. Yeah,
I was there.
I wasn't like physically there, but I was when she was pregnant. I was like, oh. Okay.
No, I was there.
Not the church. That's the church.
There.
Bless your heart.
Oh.
I didn't know y'all And that's what it was. I didn't know y'all official status. So when I was like, oh, okay, so they are together. Like it was that. And then that was it. Like nothing else. I think I ran into them like twice at Walmart when she was pregnant.
No, I was at the baby shower. That was awkward too. Cody's
Yeah,
mom.
that was very awkward.
Cody's mom
Nope.
said that was the most awkward baby showers I've ever. I love your mom though, but she made it extremely awkward for me.
One of the many times I fell up the stairs, you know, just by certain things being said, like, oh, what?
That's madam.
Oh, okay. So then next question. Birthing experience. I know we talked about, okay, now the girl says I'm pregnant, what you going, you know, what you discussed what's going to happen. The baby's being kept 9 months later or
whatever time frame.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Or whatever, because you know. You get the
Was
phone
it like,
call or the rollover. My water broke. What are you? I want to know delivery stories. Go.
Okay. I remember with my son, I remember it was November 13th, 2009. And I just got out of work. I drove about 40 minutes to the city that him and his mom were in. And I walked straight into the house. I walked straight to her belly. And I'm like, all right, son, you can come out now. And I swear to you, maybe about 45 minutes to an hour later, she started having contractions, but she didn't know those contractions. She's like, I keep getting these weird feelings and they keep coming and going. Yeah, those are called contractions. We need to take time to these things, right? So then it finally gets to the point where like, okay, they're getting closer. So it was like, all right, boom. She got in the car with her mom. I was in my car. I don't know why I was speeding ahead of them. Like I was actually gonna like help her get there faster. But I remember taking off, being in the hospital, and then on November 14th, 2009, 2:53, I came into the world, and I was right there with him. I'm like, yo, what's up? And we locked eyes. He came out. I was like, yo, we here. I got you, B. And that was that. And then with my daughter, Dakota, she let's see, like, I had a horrible headache and neck ache from practicing drilling and all that. And her mom was upstairs walking around, and all of a sudden I keep getting knocks on the door like, yo, you need to get your stuff together and let's go. And it was pouring rain, it was thunder and lightning. Kind of reminds me of that one part of that J. Cole verse. Can't remember the name of the song, but if you listen to it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about later on. But anyway, we hop in the car, we drive to the hospital, try not to hydroplane, get there, and she's asking for epidural, and I'm like, all right, now I think it's too late. Based off your contractions, and then once again, they get her into the room, and then she's like, yeah, give me that epidural, and then it was like, you're about to give it to her, and then all of a sudden the head starts popping out. I'm like, it's too late for that now. And so the same thing happens. August 30th, 2022 at 9:16, 11-pound, 7-pound, 11-ounce baby came into the world. And yeah, and like I said, we locked eyes too. Like I said, I'm right here. Like, come on, like I'm there. I got you. And it was like, you want to cut the cord? Of course, I want to cut the cord. So let me see them things. I'm right there with you. And, I remember the doctor argued with me about the time and all that. Nah. It was 9:16. I watched. I watched. I looked. We locked eyes. It was the time. So that was that was their birthing story. Both, like I said, I was present. I wanted to be there. I wouldn't have any other way. Shout out to both women. They were both troopers in it. As much pain that I went through, but they were tough and they handled their business. So much love and respect to all you women that give birth, because that is something from a male perspective that we would never want to experience. But I'll definitely sit by your side from a distance to make sure you ain't grabbing me too tight, too arm, I'm in arm's length. You can grab me just a little bit, but don't you pull on my shirt and my neck and all that.
You did this to me.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Oh, I gave a whole punch, like straight slam in the lungs. Like,
I believe, hey,
I have
everybody
heard
has
no
their thing.
baby, so
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Javon gonna be like, what's that girl off that movie with Eddie Murphy?
The Exorcist?
Over her legs, and she was like, and she
Scronje? Oh, boomerang!
Listen, I don't want to not feel anything. My mom didn't feel me, and that's why I was a C-section baby, because she didn't feel contractions.
Okay.
So I was C-section because my mama was like, kind of like with Crystal, like it's something weird happening. My mom was like, the doctor was like, had her hooked up to a whole machine. When you feel the next one, push. And my mom was like, you didn't feel that? Oh, that little discomfort? Yeah, we're gonna have to cut you, or she's not gonna come out because you're not pushing when you're supposed to. So that's not gonna be me. I'm not that strong. I always said if I gave birth that I was gonna like practice the sumo squat so I could do them things for like a day, because I was gonna squat my baby out. Somebody gonna come catch this. Because I thought
what I just say.
I thought Keisha, I thought Pooh, his mama, I saw her birthing video and the rippage because of how they had her. And I was just like, yo, squat it. Somebody come get this kid. I'm going to just squat this baby out. That's
coming up with a fisherman's net, just
hold still. If you squat, though, you should do it in water. So, but somebody be responsible and catch it. I'm here to push at that. Don't ask me to do shit else.
Ooh, that's gonna be a story. Please put that on YouTube. Please. Oh,
like, come on.
I thought you gonna do this. Okay, Trey, let's go.
Shout out to the November babies. I had one in November 20th, 2007. Scorpio. He is Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Yeah.
Oh damn, he should have waited.
Yeah, definitely a Scorpio.
Yeah, I thought about it. I was like, oh.
So for pretty much every day, I was working at Sprint at the time, and pretty much every day I come home. Once I noticed it really wasn't real to me till I saw that belly pop up and him trying to kick out, and I was like, there's something really in. Okay, but you know what I'm saying, I started talking to him. I had Little Trey speaks so well. I'm convinced that it's because I had full sentences with him while he was in utero. And every day I come home and be like, hey, buddy. And he just started going, and she would be pissed at me because she'd be like, he just went to sleep. He just stopped moving. Why do you keep doing that? I'm talking to my kid. But anyway, so the day of the birth.
You done got punched in the throat, Trey.
Oh, every time he hit me, I would hit you. Okay?
Woo.
But you want to feel this?
I'd have held it all in and waited until the delivery to be like, come here, please. Come.
She got my hand. That's all she could do because I'm 3 times her size. Anyway, so the day before the delivery, we had went out to eat somewhere. She always had a thing for marinara sauce. To this day, I'm like, yo, no, I'm not eating this spaghetti. Leave me the hell alone. We went to go get some type of Italian food. I think she had lasagna, something like that. She had stomach ache all night. She blew up my bathroom. I know she gonna hate me if she ever hear this. Blew up my bathroom. So we laying in the bed at night, and she wake me up. I don't feel too good. I'm like, oh, okay, should we go? All right, let's go. So we got dressed, threw her in the car, ran to the car, drove to Holy Cross. Got in there, was like, nah, you good. You ain't got to worry about it. She's not even dilated. Just go back home. We get halfway back down to, we was living in New Carrollton, halfway down to New Carrollton. Sorry for the people who don't live in Maryland, don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But got back home, and officially, like, she was like, as soon as we pulled up, she started screaming. Stomach started hardening up. I'm like, oh, so we drove back up there. This family did not come until like 11 o'clock that night. And
almost there.
The other thing is he's an active baby. So he was in there moving. He was moving and grooving. He bouncing around all the time. So he ended up having a cord wrapped around his neck. So they're like, okay, we got to do emergency C-section. At this time, I had dropped her, pretty much not dropped her off, but I stayed there long enough because she ain't continued dilating. Then I went back home because I didn't get a chance to take a shower yet. And my homeboy was driving me. We got halfway down the Beltway, and I got a call. They doing an emergency C-section. He got a cord wrapped around his neck. Got to come back. Zoom back up there. Made it there in time for me to see the big blue sheet. If y'all haven't had anybody who had a C-section know that. Men, do not stand up and look over the sheet. Trust me. Don't do it because you're going to see some stuff you don't want to see. You think
you can see that thing on TikTok.
Don't go looking for it.
At this point,
scroll
it's on social media.
Scroll past it. But yeah, I just got to see my girl opened up all the way. Like, no, But anyway, she had my hand. She crushed it, broke about 2 fingers. And they took him out and he started crying. And I saw him over on the side and was like, hey, buddy. And he turned his head and he smiled. I was like, God damn it. This is my boy. That's right.
Oh my God. First of all, I want to take this moment to say, Cody, I need you to turn the light on. You real darkness.
The lights on. I don't know what else I can do.
Dude. Okay.
Like I said, I was trying to beat the whole...
He said this what I
It got dark, hey.
All right, so my question is this then. How did y'all do any of how did you prepare? So this is the whole thing about preparing for fatherhood. And I know that for anybody who's raised kids, there's really no prep. We all know that because you don't know the kid that's going to come out to you. You don't know that personality. You don't know any of that. So again, all these baby books are really just telling you some general crap that may not even be applicable to your actual child. But at the same point, sometimes it's even just a mental preparation. Like, let's be real. We go to work sometimes and you like, I know this person gonna say this to me, and here's how I stay having my job and not going to jail. Sometimes you got to do that preparation. So for your child,
every day for the last 2 weeks,
was there any way that you prepped as far as like books or like conversations, people you sought out, an elder or a father figure, or like you just was like, I'm just gonna buy a bunch of stuff and pray to God?
I am the oldest of 7. I changed my fair share of diapers. I could do the shit with my eyes closed. That was one of the biggest points of contention in that relationship during that pregnancy, was that you don't read the books. When I watched the movie Knocked Up and she was complaining about that, I was mad because I was tired of hearing about the damn books because it came around the same damn time. And I shouldn't take my pregnant girlfriend to go see that stupid ass movie. But anyway.
I don't know why you set yourself up for that, sir.
I don't know why either. I was just like, I could go watch that. It's gonna be funny. But anyway,
it's gonna be funny. And you're pregnant. We can relate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's what you were thinking.
So I didn't read any books. I already knew about colic. I already knew about just like stupid, like don't, you know what I'm saying? I knew how to swaddle a baby. It was like, I know what I'm doing. Like, stop tripping. Stop crying when she gonna kill me if she ever hear this. I hope she don't watch this. But the day after he was born, she had an issue with getting her milk to come down because she wanted to breastfeed. Now, the little bit of knowledge I do know is because when I was a kid, I was ear hustling my mama talking and listening to what she had to say. And what I don't know what they call the lady who do the milking, but she helped her through that process. So I was like, oh, your milk ain't coming out? I know how to do this. You just want to touch my titty. No, I'm trying to help. So I massaged her glands to the point that it came down and it came out. She was like, ah. It's like, yeah, because I'm always right. That's why.
That's always right.
That part.
But I ain't prepared for shit. I was like, it was a level of arrogance that I had that I kind of still have to this day, but I really didn't feel like I needed to. It could have helped. It could have helped to just be like, all right, happy girlfriend, happy life, whatever, to just at least fake like you read the books. But at that time, 21-year-old me wasn't thinking about that. He was like, I know what the fuck I'm doing. Stop bugging me.
Thinking about that. Y'all let this man sit here and tell y'all it was just then. He was then. He ain't reading. He ain't reading.
I ain't got no more babies coming. I'm good. No, I don't.
So you think it's like not just right.
I know for a fact.
For myself, really, it was I think I've been mentally prepped for this like throughout life, and you don't really realize it because you maybe have your younger sibling and you change their diaper, or you have your cousins or stuff like that, and you took care of them. I used to get called every once in a while from people at church, like, "Yo, can you go and watch my kid?" or stuff like that. So it was all little things that happened throughout life. Even in high school, I needed an extra class, so I had to take like a home ec class, and then I had the class where they actually give you the baby.
I
And
remember that.
yeah. So
Child
yeah,
development.
right. Yeah, child development. Yeah, there we go. So
Take that
I
shit.
did that,
I didn't either.
and she set me up with the okie doke. She had like, I'll tell you on the hardest setting, but she's like, you passed with flying colors. So I'm like, yeah, because I've been doing this my whole life and they haven't realized I've been doing it. But so like getting to the point where now I'm actually about to be a father, and have one of my own. It's just kind of like instinct. You're going to figure out stuff. So did I read anything? No. I think it's like a lot of stuff like Trey kind of said. You kind of like ear hustle. You heard stuff while you growing up. And a lot of stuff like you actually just have your experience. I think the only book I touched was like the book of names. I was trying to figure out what I was going to name my son. I think that's the most of a book I ever touched. In the package or stuff like that we got, I didn't need that. Like I'm willing to do whatever I feel I need done. Now, if I need some advice, you got your mom, you got your grandparents, you got people that went through. You got your close friends that I had kids a little earlier than you expected, but they went through it too. So that you always had them for advice as well. So no, there's no true prep, no new book. No, I mean you have Google and stuff like that at that point in time. This is early
That
early
was
2000s.
yeah.
So that was, to answer your question, no, there's no true prep other than life itself and engaging with certain kids as I was growing up.
I get it. And I will say yes, that's true, because taken from the person who watched a whole bunch of kids, but they had to be potty trained. So I never learned how to change a diaper until my son got here. Legit, like nope. Knew I pregnant and all, and everybody was like, my family, whole family was like, you have to learn how to change a diaper, and I was like,
yeah, no problem. It was like, oh, baby hair, cool. Then I got it. Boom,
no.
It wasn't. I didn't even think twice. I just knew what to do with it.
When I tried to change my little sister, my baby sister's 10 years younger than me. I put her diaper on backwards. I went through like 5 diapers. My sister Erica under me took her from me and changed her because my redhead sister was bloodshot red because it had been so long and I was trying to change her diaper. And at the time I was 11, 12. So yes, I didn't play with baby dolls. I played with doll babies, like Barbies. Like I was not prepared. So
you said, fuck the training wheels.
No. So that's what I'm saying. It's someone who carried a whole child. I'm prepared.
Never carried a child, and I learned how to change a diaper when I was 7.
Yeah,
shout out to my cousin Jared, because he was the one I changed his. And I tell him that he's in somebody's armed forces. I think he's in the Navy. He got a daughter now. He all married and grown and all that stuff. And I was 7, and my aunt Erica, had a baby, and I was staying over there, and he was there. And to me, again, because I didn't play with baby dolls, I didn't play with doll babies, I didn't play with any of them. But it was like a real kid, and she was like, "Yeah, I gotta go change him. Can I help?" And she kind of looked at me like, "Are you serious?" But for anybody that knows me and y'all been listening to podcasts, I like to learn. So at 7, to me, it was like learning experience with a real kid. And I think I did it twice. And she's like, I did it the first time. I watched her, figured it out. She helped me through it. The second time I did it well by myself. She was like, that was pretty good. A+ for me, as far as I'm concerned. I'm done. And I never changed another diaper until my other godson, because Cody's son is technically my godson as well. So my first godson, my Puda got here. When Pooh got here, then I was back to changing diapers. But that was like 15, 17, 18 years after Jared. I was like, oh, I can change a diaper at 7. Good for me. I'm done.
Yeah, no, child development, when they said choose an elective, I was like, it was child development or cooking. Kids, no. Cooking, hell no. But out of the 2, I got to eat. So I'm going over here.
See, we here.
They didn't offer child development in my school.
Girl, they had people wrapping flour, carrying that stuff around the school.
I remember when Cody did child development. Was that junior year or senior year?
I think that was my senior year.
That was senior year. I remember when you did childhood development, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because we dated senior year in the beginning. And so when he went into childhood, I just remember me being like, well, good, sir. Because good, okay.
God, man.
One of us is going to have to know how to do this.
Like I knew how to do it, but I was like, well, your knowledge will be a little more closer if
It's
something goes left.
There's something wrong with this woman.
No, but that, you know what the funny thing is? That hasn't changed since Lynn. That's the mentality of Siobhan.
I know.
I love
I ain't
you,
saying
Matt.
change. I'm just saying there's something wrong. There's
That's
something
not
going
wrong.
on.
I want my dude to know how to change a diaper. How is that wrong? How's that wrong?
No, it wasn't that. It's just like even at that age, it was like, and she's Siobhan. Like, and no matter what, you know.
Forever been
You
that
gotta
way.
worry about
Like,
nobody saying never
and like
change.
it's kind of funny because when you kind of see like have that little check mark in their head, like, oh, you can do that. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. What else can you do? Are you the best candidate? Oh no. No. Okay, cross out.
We're not talking about me. We're talking about y'all to prepare. Okay. Y'all not gonna do this to me today. Y'all will not. No, we won't.
Right.
No, we won't.
Hey. All right, cool. Next question.
Okay, so my last and final question. What, because we talk about preparing for fatherhood, what would be, how would you prepare? I know we learn through life experiences, what we take away, how we view things, and what is usually what we implant in our children. So what would you tell your child who one day, far in the future, comes home and says, you're about to be a granddaddy? I said far, like far.
You know, I'm just looking at him right now. I'm like, I wish you might.
I'm my baseball bat at.
Yeah, and specifically because y'all both have sons, y'all sons. I mean, I know you got a daughter, Cody, but that's a different situation. Yeah. So your sons particularly, as men, would you say?
I think the rule for me, I don't know why it's a rule for me, but you at least have to be 23 or older before you have one. And I was like, hey, when you entered the world, I was 23. So that's my rule. You have to at least be that. And but more importantly, you got to be able to take care of yourself. And not only that, like, you got to take care of yourself, now you got to take care of this other human that you brought into this world. And then on top of that, you got to make sure his or her mother is good. It's like you have all that responsibility now. So unless you're prepared for that, and you got a full-on game plan, then hey, cool. Like I said, as long as you meet that standard. Now, you come to my house anytime before that, 23. Okay, cool. Hey, let me see my grandbaby. All right, cool. Kiss, love, all that. Yeah, now take your child back with you because you broke the rule. Don't just think you're gonna bring him over to Papa house. What's I don't know. I don't think about the name, but don't think he's gonna bring him.
I got my name. I'm
him or her. Nima.
Big Mama.
Big Mama. Okay.
I'm old school Big Mama.
I don't know. I might be Pop. I don't know. I might be one of those, but
I'm gonna be half step G-Ma, apparently.
Oh shit.
Oh, but yeah, that's just that's my thing. Is just be responsible and understand what what can come of actually having sex and possibly having a child. Like, are you prepared for that type of stuff? And there's certain stuff that my son does now as far as engaging with my daughter. It's like I see myself when I was coming up, like, all right, the engagement I had to learn. But yeah, all in all, like, the rule is you must be 23 or older before you have one, or you have to be 23 by the time the baby comes. Otherwise, like I said, you got this, chief. Like,
23 and responsible.
I can assist. I'm gonna be that grandparent, but you made the conscious decision to do that and understand what the repercussions are or consequences are of that. And so I'm not going to pick up your slack because you just wanted to have fun and be irresponsible. So that's my thought process on that.
So for me, it's a little bit different, but also similar. I didn't put an age range on it. Pretty much for little Trey, it's you need to be able to take care, like you said, to be able to take care of yourself, but I've been more specific. You need to be able to house yourself, transport yourself, and feed and clothe yourself as well as your child and your lady. So if you can't do that until you get to that point, you don't need to be making. I can't force you. I can't tell you what to do. I can't run up on you and you in the closet with the little girl and yank your ass out the closet. I can't do that. But if you choose to do that, understand that it's going to be exceptionally hard for you, because it's been hard for me. And me and his mother, we co-parent, and we've been co-parented for 15 years. It ain't always been easy, but things would have been significantly better if I had prepared financially for raising a child, because it's not going to get easier out here for his generation and his following generation. It ain't going to be easy, especially being a large Black man in America. You have to be able to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else. So if you can't do that, don't be shooting up nobody's club. That's what I've been telling him.
Not don't be shooting nobody else.
Oh, we shoot straight. We tell him, hey, me and Trey, we curse. We don't care. We talk like men. That's how we do it.
I mean, as you should. That's okay. I can't say you can't. He iffy. I'm mama. I'm different. I'm a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But I've heard of. But
around me, I'm auntie and half step. So
not half step.
She ain't gonna let that go.
I'm not. So y'all cuss all you want, just don't cuss at me. But y'all cuss around me, go for it. Cause I ain't got no filter.
I know they're going to do it. I think it's me because I'm a little more old school. Like in certain things, I have to relearn. Like, okay, Michelle, how do you like? And realistically, I'm realistic about it. It's just getting myself used to it, I guess, the idea. Because realistically, your mama cuss, your daddy cuss, your stepmama cuss, like you hear it. You watching them. I'll be dumb to think that you won't. Now, if you do all that and you don't, then great, you're better than me. My grandmother is an example of that. Cool, but
yeah, my mama doesn't cuss either. But okay. Well, I'm glad that we had this moment to talk to y'all about preparing. I don't think, in my experience, I don't think it's been talked about how dudes prepare. I think largely what we hear is beyond the I'm pregnant. What do you want to do? I feel like, beyond the what do you want to do? What you gonna do? We don't, unless you are a woman who is with a man like these men, or the husband or the boyfriend who's responsible to take care of their children. You don't necessarily see or hear beyond the what you gonna do. And if somebody's like, well, I'm gonna keep it, then as far as the media is concerned, unless it goes a certain way, a stereotypical way, you don't hear the story. You don't hear about the men who actually prepared for fatherhood or raised their children or just made the decision, I'm gonna be involved. Even if to Arion thing, I don't rock with your mama at all at this point. So I'm gonna tell her to kick rocks, but I can't live in that, even though that's how I feel, because that's not who I am. Or to try, like, we're gonna be in this relationship. That didn't work out, but I'm not gonna abandon my child.
Facts.
I don't feel like we hear enough of that. So that was part of the reason that we wanted, just to have a conversation and hear from two men who are involved fathers in the lives of their children, sons and daughters, because Cody has a little girl now. Of what that means. And it is definitely, to me at least, inspiring to see so many men, Black men, yes, I will put the race in it, whatever, in the lives of their sons and in the lives of their children, and raising their sons to be responsible and putting ages and telling them, listen, even if I was out here slanging, shooting up the club, I want you to do better, or at the very least, to Cody's thing about age.
Match me.
I was 23, baby, so don't be younger than me doing this. Like, you gotta at least be where I was, if not
match me. Right. I won't 21 yet, but
I'm not gonna tell my kids to match me. I'm not gonna ever do that. Don't do that. Don't wait down. I'm not gonna tell my kids that. Now I'm gonna tell them, responsible range, but I'm not gonna ever wait till you 48. I'm not gonna tell them that.
No, but yeah, I think, like she said, just to piggyback and kind of close out on what she was saying, you all's stories aren't magnified enough. You know, it's more so played to the left. Oh, okay, he was there. Where is the one that was, like she said, you know, and we need more of these. We need more, because it's normal. As much as people like to think that the opposite is normal, actually it's not. It's more normal than not to have situations like both of you all, like the boyfriend, like she said, like
The husband.
and
And studies have proven that. That's the crazy part. Studies have proven.
So many more. And so many more. You know, yeah, society will paint us a horrible picture and then say, well, life is great. Pause. That's not right. So we want to make sure we get a full, here on this podcast, we're going to get all of it. We're going to get all the angles as much as we possibly can. We'd like to thank our guests for joining us today. And on that note, we will say, wait.
That was so faint.
Did it break that time? Did it break?
No, y'all gonna leave me alone. Damn it. I was gonna do the bottle, but it wouldn't have made. Oh, it sounds.
Now
It's plastic.
I'm curious as to what the grade of plastic Gatorade is using. I have questions.
Right. That's a strong bottle of Gatorade.
I have questions, Gatorade. Oh my goodness.
And that I was honestly like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, Siobhan, let us know about your cheers to that wine review. What you giving it?
Okay, this has got an overview on the back of Vielle Ferme has been producing authentic and delicious wines, blah, blah, blah. Wines are grown high on the slopes, which give this wine unique freshness and elegance. Pale pink in color. It's so pretty, y'all. It's just pretty.
Why are your wines on the slopes?
Right.
I guess they're in the mountains or the hills of France.
That's what I'm saying. But this is like your third wine that's on the slopes.
It is, because I did have one from but that was in the mountains. Listen, my wines come from the mountains, apparently.
Don't stay your black ass on the plains. What did you do?
That was from the mountains of the Andes. I don't know. Pale and pink color with soft undertones, fresh and very aromatic notes. Yes. This wine has a delicate bouquet with notes of red fruit, flowers, and citrus fruit. Nice balance between sweetness and acidity in the mouth. The finish shows fresh fruit and great length. It actually is great. I never really smelled it, but it is good. I drank like half this bottle, so hopefully I don't have to buy another one. I really did like it, and it's not just because I came from the gym and I didn't drink anything, and so like I'm dehydrated, and now we doing this. Now, like y'all, today I had water crackers, so I am sauced. I will also say, because we started saying that we're gonna do this, this is 13% alcohol by volume, so it's a 13% ABV for those of y'all who are looking for whatever. For those who don't know, with a wine, the highest you're gonna get is 15 to 16, so this is on the high range. So if you're looking for something to just feel nice, here you go. Go to France. It is aromatic. I think it might be a rosé, but because it's dry, it is a good mix of dry and sweet. It is wonderful. It has a little fizz to it, but it's not bubbly on the palate, because when you see it, it's flat, but it does have a little something to it. It's great. This would be something, this is something that I would suggest with like a fish or a dessert. Actually, this would be really good with a dessert. If you're gonna do it with a fish, I would suggest a fatty fish, I think, like your salmon type of situation.
Shrimp tacos.
Herb crusted or shrimp. You know what? This would actually be good with shrimp tacos. I can't eat the peppers in shrimp tacos or I die, but I think that's probably gonna be a good situation. I'm allergic to hot peppers, y'all. It's a wrap. But no, I think, and to the point, we've had dessert wines. I think this will go really good with chocolate. And I don't even like chocolate, but I think this goes good. Let me be clear, because Trey making these faces. Trey making faces.
You know I can't help it. I can't hide it.
That's why I'm gonna say this. I don't like chocolate without something added. Like pure milk chocolate, no. Like I like Snickers, I like Hershey's. Snickers, Hershey's with almonds, the Crunch bars, the crackles. It has to have some type of nut. Shut up. or it has to have some type of rice or something. It has to have some additive for my chocolate. But this would be good with, but I'm thinking like a chocolate cake. Like, I think this would be really good with a cake. Don't do like an ice cream. It's going to be awkward. But I think like a cake, or I don't eat cheesecake enough. But if somebody eats cheesecake, if you eat cheesecake and you try this and it works, let me know, because I don't eat cheesecake, but I know a bunch of people that do. But something rich like that and kind of a little heavy but fluffy. And that's why I also say the fish. So it's good. And I would give it a 3.75.
Ooh, okay, cute and fluffy. So mine's I ain't tasted. Y'all know why. This is 13% alcohol by volume. Yeah, I'm about to be lit at this wine out.
Yeah, you are, because I think most of mine are up in them 13s. They're high.
Oh, really? When is the next one out?
I'm gonna send you an invite if you want to be end of the month. Last Saturday at 3.
Last Saturday at 3.
I'm off on Saturdays now. I can do that stuff now. I'm free now.
Oh, listen, May 27th, Trey. May 27th.
I'm lit. Okay.
It's gonna be a lit wine out in France.
In France.
A French lit wine out.
Oh, bring the Jameson.
Okay.
Oh, good.
So, okay. This is produced in, yep, I'm not even about to do that. Region of Burgundy, which is well suited to the Chardonnay grape. So this is 100% uncorked Chardonnay. It's 100% uncorked Chardonnay grape. The flavor is supposed to be bright, crispy, with notes of apple and classic Burgundy, apple and expressions of this classic Burgundy grape. So it says it's perfect as an appetizer or with shellfish, crab cakes, or goat cheese.
I feel like the back of these bottles are going to tell us what our menu needs to be at the wine out.
Clear. I go tell the husband, I need some. I'm gonna just say, baby, I need some goat cheese.
And crab cakes, apparently. Like, damn it.
You're gonna be like, what? Oh,
I'm definitely coming now. You said the magic words: crab and cake. Let's go.
Baby, I need some crab cake, some goat cheese, some chocolate cake, for the fluffy.
For the fluffy.
Just saying. Bumper charcuterie board, we need dishes.
We gonna have dishes this time. Apparently, we going to France. We need to be real French, real snowman French about it.
I can get a croissant. Croissant. I need a croissant.
Have to have the thing.
I told you. Man, Trey got it between his nose. I'm not gonna say that part. Nope, you won't give me.
The setup is real.
It was. Oh, boy. So I'm excited to taste this Chardonnay.
I'm glad I didn't buy that, because I literally saw that in the store and I was like, it's a Chardonnay. Michelle's on it. I'm not even gonna waste my time.
Yes. So, So my rating is to be continued.
To be
determined.
TBD.
Okay, so before we get out of here, gentlemen, would you like to let everybody know where they can find you? Once again, don't forget all of this information will be in our description box. So click the links, like us, and share and subscribe. Not just us, our friends too. See what they're doing on a regular basis. So I'm gonna let you guys give your last words before we close out.
All right. It's your boy Trey Proper from Blurs and Whiskey. You can catch me on Sundays on YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. I don't know why. We need to find a way to get on Instagram. But anyway, Drinking Podcast. We talk about comics, anime, video games, and we have a couple of drinks. Currently, right now, we are on hiatus until June 1st. We will be back after then. But we got 100 and damn near, we almost have 200 episodes now that are up on YouTube. So if you guys want to catch us, you can catch us there. Type in Blurs and Whiskey. You'll see our merch on Etsy. You'll see everything that we got to offer. So, and for me personally, it's Trey Proper everywhere. Google me.
So proud of you, Trey. Well, I just want to shout him out for 100 episodes, because that's over 100, over 200. I've been
You're right.
13%. I heard you though. Over
I've been
100
drinking.
because I had. Because that's an accomplishment. We will finally hit our 100 this month. So
Oh, yeah. Well,
We
thanks for
still
bringing it
babies in this game.
still
back.
baby.
Hey, y'all doing damn good. I'm proud of y'all. I'm very proud of y'all.
That's what's up.
So,
Thank
Well,
you.
you can find me on Facebook, Arion.Mims, on IG, The Hard Gain Profit. It's an underscore after each word, and also at Revamp Fitness Academy on Instagram as well. Don't got the YouTube page and all that stuff. It's just a new.
oh.
Did he just end himself? Come back.
So again, that's
glad
Blur's
you
Whiskey
decided.
Shop on Etsy.
Come back.
We will have all of their links below. Y'all know that this tech is not always.
Technology be doing technology.
It's not always
His phone might have died.
reliable.
It might have. His phone might have died, y'all. So we like to say thank you for both of our guests for joining us and talking about what it's like to be a father, what fatherhood looks like, planning for fatherhood, and all the details that go into that. Be sure to join us each and every last Saturday for more laughs, more wine, more fun, and a whole lot of randomness, because that is our wine out Saturdays, where we do our wine out wine tasting 3 p.m. right here on YouTube and Instagram. And that you can follow us at Instagram, where you can follow us at a little something, the number 2 wine out. Hashtag ALS the number 2 WA. Okay, I said it slow because if I say it fast, it's gonna be a lot. So I said it slow so you can follow that hashtag. If you can't find us on nothing, you can hashtag it out. Maybe we'll come right up.
We created this before hashtags and before like acronyms were a thing, man.
We did. So we'll come right up. Be sure to join us each and every Wednesday at noon on your lunch break. Don't drink unless you're at home. Maybe
Working from home
and still work from home. Yeah.
or work at the strip club.
Look, Jesus.
I used to work at the strip
I
club.
feel like we are
Added
supporting
another wine
functional
out.
alcoholics.
I feel like I should bring it back.
I feel like we're supporting functional alcoholics with this shout out, but it's okay. They do exist. They are real. So be sure to join us on your lunch break every Wednesday at 12 o'clock for new episodes right here. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and remember, as always,
There's nothing wrong with a little wine.
or loud. Toodles, y'all.
Thank
He never came back.